4, we got a 3, we got a 2, we got a 1. It's blast off, ladies and gentlemen. Your good buddy Billy Bob is back in town. Little late night live stream to talk about everything. Billy Bob's going to explain it all for you, break it down, give you motivation, inspiration, political insight, history, and funny jokes. And anything you wanted to know about Gators. Anything you ever wanted to know about Gators, Billy Bob is here. Billy Bob is here to tell you anything you need to know about Gators. No problem whatsoever. Billy Bob doesn't have much battery power. He's got to find the recharging system so that he can get things back on track. He needs to find his bag. First thing, he's got to find his bag, got to open the bag and look for it. Billy Bob can't find it. This is not good. Billy Bob is unable to find his charging battery pack. Oh, he knows where it is. What's up, sweet sugar? You're the first person here. Happy to have you here. Billy Bob is excited. So excited to have somebody as sweet as Sweet Sugar here in the live chat. So Billy Bob just plugged himself in. He's ready to go. He's feeling strong. He's feeling virulent. He's feeling like a real Louisiana man. Now let me ask this, Sweet Sugar. What the heck's been going on in your life? How are things going? Before Billy Bob explains it all, Billy Bob wants to find out about how Sweet Sugar is doing wherever she may be. By the way, Sweet Sugar, you're the first person here, but I'm still waiting for a like. Can you please click like, or have you already clicked? Would really love to know. Billy Bob would really like to know. And while Billy Bob's waiting for a few more people to hear, he's going to eat his chocolate chip cookie that he got from Burger King. You guys didn't know that, but Billy Bob likes to eat chocolate chip cookies from Burger King. They're not as good as Gator cookies, but they're a close second. They're not bad. Sweet Sugar says, life is good, but it's getting a bit complicated. That is life in general, my dear. That is life in general. It's good, but it's getting complicated. I totally understand what you are saying. Oh, that's a good cookie. That's mighty tasty. Mighty tasty. So what are we going to talk about today? Talk a little bit about America, of course. But, by the way, please click like. The more likes we get in the first 5 minutes helps to bring in more traffic. We need big traffic here on Billy Bob's live stream. And right now it still says 0. And Billy Bob knows that he deserves a couple of likes, at least 2 or 3 likes. He got 1. That's good. It's a good start. Thanks, Sweet Sugar. Appreciate that. So we're here to talk about a little bit about Vice President Kamala Harris, current President Joe Biden, maybe future president and former president Donald Trump, and Shan Brook the Crook is in the house talking about America, representing America. That's right, we represent America here. I'm eating a good old American chocolate chip cookie. Billy Bob got to explain to you exactly what happened. Thank you, Zyro. Zyro was telling me that I am hot. I'm very hot. Very hot. Ladies love Billy Bob. So I want to say, all along, Donald Trump was asking for a debate with Joe Biden. And Billy Bob's figured it all out here. Billy Bob's going to break it down to you. What's up, Goku Black? So I'll get to your comment in a second. What's the difference between assassination and murder? I'll answer that in one moment. We all thought that Joe Biden was very stupid for doing his debate. What if that was all the intention from the beginning? It was very surprising that Joe Biden said, I'm not going to debate, I'm not going to debate. And suddenly, out of nowhere, Joe Biden decides he wants to do a debate. So then he comes and does the debate. Maybe his handlers, the people that were behind Joe Biden, said, aha, how are we going to get Joe Biden out of the race? We got to let everybody know and see firsthand what is going on in his head. So they put him on the debate stage knowing full well that he was going to do very poorly. And that set the stage, set the motion, the perpetual motion machine started moving Joe Biden out so that they could put Kamala Harris in. Maybe this was the plan all along. And that's a big question. How many of you think it was the plan all along? And now, look at that. Kamala Harris, she makes $200 million of donations in less than 48 hours. Quite a big haul. Quite a big haul. I'm just saying, that could be why everything's happened the way it did. And they waited just a couple of weeks before the DNC. Remember, debates usually don't happen this early. So maybe the Biden team, the Kamala team, pulled a fast one on Donald Trump. We all thought, oh, this is great, we're having a debate early. But that just allowed us to it made it more easy for the Democrats to get rid of Joe Biden and install their candidate of choice, Kamala Harris. I'm going to take a bite of my cookie. While I am taking a bite of my cookie, you guys take a bite of the like button and you click like and you click subscribe. One moment, Billy Bob's going to take a bite. Oh, that's good. That's a good cookie. Very good. That's a delicious cookie. So, Cosmic Bane asked above, what's the difference between assassination and murder? So, an assassination is something that's officially sanctioned. It doesn't mean it's a sanction necessarily by government. By the way, Billy Bob's friends with Monroe Mann, who's a very good attorney. So that's why Billy Bob knows the answers to these questions. An assassination is something that's officially sanctioned. Now, that's the difference between a murder. A murder is just some random guy going out and killing somebody. It might be premeditated, but it's basically one person working for himself. But when one person hires somebody else, now it's officially sanctioned murder. Doesn't mean the sanctioning is good, but now it's an assassination. If Billy Bob hires somebody to go kill somebody else, now I'm responsible for murder, and so is the assassin. But he's not called a murderer, he's called an assassin because he was paid. He was paid to do it by somebody else. That's the difference right there. Hey, we got Nelson Mandela here in the chat telling me that I need to stay off the crack. I agree. Billy Bob's having a cookie. Cookie's kind of like crack. Get a little sugar high, keep me going. It's 1:30 in the morning, Louisiana time. Emma Wanger is asking for her thoughts on Trump. Well, it was 100% clear that Donald Trump was going to win against Biden. Now I think it's 95% likelihood that Trump wins against Kamala Harris. The left is going to try to paint Kamala Harris as a moderate. Even today, if you watched her on the news, she's supporting Jewish people suddenly. Because there's a lot of pro-Hamas, pro-terrorist organizations happening and events happening in Washington, D.C. today. A lot of vandalism, a lot of bad people. So she's trying to come out as more presidential, as more electable. The question is, can she do that in three and a half months? Because that's what we got. We got less than 3.5 months till the election. And the big question is, can she win over people? She's going to win over some people who didn't like Joe Biden. But I still think more people are going to vote for Donald Trump. That's my opinion. We're going to have to wait and see. Thank you, Sweet Sugar, for turning into an eagle and doing American Eagle sounds. That's my best American Eagle impression. Thank you for the likes. Zeus is telling me I definitely need rehab. Don't we all, Zeus? Don't we all need rehab? Thank you for reminding me. Maybe I'll do some rehab tomorrow. Plant of Thepes, or Plant of the Pies, says that they threw Joe Biden under the bus on purpose. Billy Bob is starting to connect the dots too, and I think it's true. They threw him under the bus by encouraging him to do the first debate with Donald Trump. At the time, I thought that was a big win for Donald Trump because he definitely won the debate. But now in retrospect, I realize it was all a plan to let everybody know that he had dementia. And that allowed them to do a political coup and say, we're getting rid of Joe Biden, we're putting Kamala in. They are very sneaky, those Democrats. Very, very sneaky. Bob's telling me I'm right. Liam Jones, doing a Southern is one thing, but yours is something different. My accent is one level higher than a Southern accent. My accent, most actors, when they try to emulate a Southern accent in movies, they try to emulate mine. They don't come close. Because Billy Bob has got an accent above and beyond. Nothing is as good as a Billy Bob, Louisiana, Southern accent. And people say it's not a Louisiana accent. It's from the bayou. It's from a part of Louisiana's bayou that you ain't never seen before. Only very special rednecks get to come where I'm from. So don't you tell me about my accent. You just don't know. Richard George says Trump 24, RCS 711, for the love of God, eat that cookie. Well, thank you for reminding me that I got a cookie in my hand. Billy Bob totally forgot that he had a cookie. While I eat this cookie, Billy Bob hopes you're going to subscribe to the Monroe Mann channel, turn on that bell for notifications, and click like. We're at 6 likes. I'll eat the cookie, but you guys got to get me at least up to 8 or 9 or 10 likes. Come on, 69 people in here and 6 likes. Thank you, we're up to 7. I'll take a bite. Every time you guys give me a like, Billy Bob will take one more bite of the cookie. Wow, we're up to 12. That means Billy Bob needs to put the cookie into his mouth in one bite. Ladies and gentlemen, watch Billy Bob put the rest of the cookie in his mouth at once. Here we go. 3. Wow, 14 likes. Now I'm going to have to inhale it through my nose or something. Oh my gosh, here we go. 15 likes. They just went up like crazy. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see it first. A Billy Bob eating what's left of one cookie in one bite. Wow. Now, can you feel the excitement? Can you feel the love here in this chat room? I feel it. I feel it. Thank you very much. Representing America. That cookie bite was for, not only for you guys, but also for America. America. Bank yeah. I said bank yeah because I don't want to use foul language on here. It's a family-friendly live stream. 91 people. Where the heck did you guys come from? 91 people. 91 people. Hallelujah. Now we're down to 81. That's still good. All right. Gaming with Carly needs to be timed out. Because it's saying, can I get mod too much? Liam Jones, it is not true. Assassination is not just the killing of a prominent person. Anytime somebody is hired to kill somebody else, that person is an assassin. The person being killed does not need to be a prominent person. By definition, if somebody is hiring somebody else to kill somebody else, that person technically is a prominent person. But it may just be somebody's disgruntled husband or wife. So just keep that in mind. And by the way, you don't have to, money doesn't have to be involved, but you have to be, you are paying. You are doing it usually on behalf of some belief system or some political aspect or some government or some organization or some individual. If you think about that guy Crooks, he was quote unquote potentially working alone. We don't know. We don't know what's going on here. Now Christopher Wray is saying that maybe it wasn't a bullet that hit Trump's ear, it was a piece of shrapnel. That guy's a crazy, crazy cat, Christopher Wray. Don't know why he's the FBI director. It's very strange, Christopher Wray. Let me just tell you that. But that was an assassination attempt because of somebody's beliefs. Donald Trump's beliefs. He was being targeted for particularly the way he lives, the way he goes. Certainly anybody. Now, if someone just kills Donald Trump walking down the street and doesn't know who he is, then that would be a murder. But if someone's getting killed for their particular belief, think about that. What's the difference then between an assassination, murder, and hate crime? See, there are a lot of little variations here. But as I said before, generally, an assassin is somebody who's doing it for, there's something greater than the personal relationship between. Generally, somebody gets hired to assassinate somebody else. But sometimes the person is not getting paid. Again, Crooks, the guy, the shooter here, the attempted assassin for Donald Trump, he probably didn't get paid, but we don't know. But there's a lot of mystery there. It was definitely an assassination attempt. It was premeditated, it was planned. And he was working in some way for some higher political modus operandi, if you like to say those fancy words. William Parker is saying, are you serious? Billy Bob is always serious. Billy Bob represents America. And Billy Bob, when he's representing America, is always serious. Might be seriously funny, but he's always serious. Thank you for the likes, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you for subscribing to the Monroe Mann channel. Monroe Mann gives me this platform. I'm very gracious for the platform that he gives me on this live stream. Because Billy Bob is seriously serious. We got 120 people here. It's pretty amazing. God bless America. Let's sing a little song. God bless America, land that I love. Because you guys are 120 people of love right here in this live stream. And Goku Black, I'll make you a little moderator here for the moment here. Just joined. Stuart MC, good to see you. Curtis Knight is here. Great to have you here. Mike, I think there's a 95 facility that your mom and dad are related. It's actually probably about 97.3%, Mike. And it's something Billy Bob is very, very proud of. I'm proud of my closely linked genealogy. Very proud. Very, very proud. We got Curtis Knight here, Gertha Pay. Trump is in trouble, says Robert Andres. Could be. Could be. The race has certainly got a little bit fired up right now. A lot of things going on here in politics in the U.S. of A. Stewart says, I pray you were right. Billy Bob doesn't know what you're talking about because Billy Bob's way behind on the live chat. Fidesz says, I don't like either, but Trump is most likely going to win this year. Billy Bob has to agree. Billy Bob thinks, here's the thing, guys. Billy Bob likes to talk about this a lot. There are about 325 million people here in the United States, but only about a third of them vote in any national election. So let's just say 100 million. So the question is, it doesn't matter what America thinks of Trump and Harris or whomever is running. What matters is, what do the 100 million people who are actually going to go vote think? And of those 100 million, How many are excited to go out and vote for Donald Trump? How many are excited to go out and vote for Kamala Harris? The excitement is far more high for the Trump train. Now we got a Trump train. I wonder if we can come with the Harris. The Harris, is there a vehicle that starts with an H? We got the Trump train and the Harris. There's like a Harris unicycle. The Harris rocket ship. The Harris bicycle. None of those start with H, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe you can leave me in the live chat and we can come up with something together. What's a vehicle that starts with H? The Harris hot air balloon. We got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the Harris hot air balloon. That's because Billy Bob thinks it's full of a lot of hot air. We got Instinct telling me I got a nice accent. Well, thank you very much, kind sir. I like the way you write in the live chat. Very, very, very classy. We got Theb saying something Billy Bob doesn't know. Trump 2024. And man couldn't even form a coherent sentence. That's true about Joe Biden. Make it clap for Trump. Exaggerated accent. Christian Durazo. Exaggerated accent. You have not been in the deep bayou of Louisiana, my friend. Everybody in the Billy Bob family talks like this. My pa, he talks even better than me. My pa, my ma, my 2,700 brothers and sisters. I got a lot of brothers and sisters all across Louisiana. Some have spilled over into Alabama, into Georgia, South Carolina, some in the northern parts of Florida. Billy Bobs are all over. We have like an underground network of Billy Bobs all around the southeastern United States. We're like the mafia we're like the New York Italian mafia that runs the tri-state area up in the north. The Billy Bobs run everything down here. If you need something done, you know who to talk to. Thank you, Weirdo Con, telling me that you love my accent. I love your compliments. I'd love some more likes. We went from 9 likes to 16 like these, and then we just stopped out at 16 likes. I think we should at least be able to get to 20, 21 likes. 21 likes? Is that asking too much? Every time I hear 21, when we get to 21, you're going to hear me sing the song 21 Guns a little bit by Green Day. That's right, with my trademark accents. You click that like button. When we get to 21, Billy Bob's going to be singing along. Singing along. Lucky Durant says love from Ghana. The boss was the 7th like. Appreciate that. Give me a bite too. Skeleton. Arr. Arr. I'll give you a gator bite. Arr. That also sounds like a pirate, doesn't it? The whole thing in your mouth. Heard that before. Edging to this right now. Thanks, Gump. Jacob Butler. Shout out my friend. She wants you to say, I love genocide. What's up, genocide? You think I'm stupid? There's no one named Genocide. You're trying to make Billy Bob sound stupid. Like I like genocide. But that's a bad political statement. Billy Bob ain't stupid. You're a very, very silly person, Jacob Bilther. You thought you had to pull the fast one on Billy Bob. Billy Bob ain't stupid. By the way, I do have a lot of good friends named Genocide. But they're actually pronounced genocide. Genocide. Hit the gritty. Your country is third world, $37 trillion in debt, says Mike Gagnon. Mike Gagnon sounds like he's from France. America, I'd like to remind you guys, bailed France out of Nazi dominion during World War II. Now, to be fair, the French did rescue the United States when they were fighting the British during the War of Independence. But that was more than 250 years ago. America saved France quite recently. Mr. Gagnon. We got American Roadrunner here, Trump 2024, gritty in for America. Any good crawdaddies this year? Well, Billy Bob doesn't really think much of crawdaddies. Billy Bob really just focuses on gators 100%. And let me tell you, one day I'm going to take you guys to my gator farm in Louisiana. you're going to see one of the most beautiful sights. Some of you might even cry because it is beautiful. I mean, when you see a bunch of Gators and you show the love that those Gators have for Billy Bob. I mean, I'm crying right now just thinking how much I love my little Gators. They're so cute. They're the cutest Gators in all America. And I hope you can see them one day. Funsky 40 saying, hi, Billy Bob. Good to have you back. The great 5'9", Trump pulled a razor out and cut his ear like the wrestlers do. Hey, Donald Trump sure does a lot about entertainment. But Billy Bob did not believe that this was an entertainment act. It was a very serious assassination attempt, and that bullet clearly hit his ear. Funsky Forder saying Miss Elon Musk's daughter disowned him on X because of his anti-trans stance, but she's definitely not going to disown his money. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I'm sure Elon Musk's trans daughter is still rolling the musky smell of millionaire status, or even billionaire status. I wonder how much money Elon Musk gives to his daughter or son, whatever the case might be. Fide says, Billy Bob, what other platforms are you streaming to? You're reading off messages that aren't on YouTube. Well, Fide, I'm only streaming here on YouTube Live. Now, Monroe Mann does have an X account, x.com/Monroe Mann. You're welcome to join that. You're welcome to join the Discord for this channel. Links in on the channel. You can also join breakdiving.io, not-for-profit global community that Monroe Mann has set up to help people with mentorship and personal growth and success and friendship worldwide. That guy, Monroe Mann, he is a saint. It is amazing what he does to help people around the world. He is absolutely fantastic. Billy Bob is actually working on a special award to give to Monroe Mann because, hey, Billy Bob thinks Monroe Mann has done more for humanity than Elon Musk. The only difference is none of Monroe Mann's companies are making lots of money. But that's really it. He's just as eccentric. He's just as ambitious. He's got just as much going on. Well, no, Monroe Mann does not have a trans daughter. Not gonna lie, that is one big difference. Also, Monroe Mann's not originally from South Africa. He's from New York. We got a Fides. Messages are way above. What's your aura? My aura is absolutely Gator delicious. I am the most Gator delicious person you've probably ever seen. We're one like away from Billy Bob starting to sing 21 Guns by Green Day. So we get one more like, and Billy Bob's going to be singing. Am I talking about myself in third person, says Tony Lewis. Billy Bob does not talk about himself in third person. Billy Bob is way above third person. Billy Bob talks about himself in fourth person, sometimes fifth person. Guns, 21 guns, man, at your hand, land at your hand. Up, we went to 21, then we went down to 20. That means when it goes to 21 again, Billy Bob's gonna sing the song again. Guns, 21 guns, laying in your hand. By the way, Billy Bob doesn't know the rest of the song, so maybe you guys could find the lyrics and somebody could paste them in the live chat. So it goes guns, 21 guns, blah, 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 blah. Billy Bob would appreciate that if you do a good solid for America and put the lyrics to guns, 21 guns in the live chat. Willis is asking, Ernest called, he wants his hat back. You know, let me tell you, I remember those Ernest Goes to Day Camp, Ernest Goes to War movies way back in the 80s. Tell you this, that was a cheap knockoff of Billy Bob. And they wanted it to be Billy Bob Goes to War, Billy Bob Goes to Summer Camp. But I just wasn't available. I was helping to, talking to Nelson Mandela in South Africa. I was working with the African National Congress. Billy Bob was encouraging Gorbachev to tear down this wall and reminding Ronald Reagan when he should say that. I mean, Billy Bob is way too busy to do a movie. Goku Black, you're welcome. You better moderate very well, Goku Black. Glasgow, Scotland in the house. Stephen Bunch says Glasgow, Scotland's in the house. What the heck is an in the house? You talking about a horse? Talking about a gator? Billy Bob doesn't know what you're talking about. Willis Rashid remembers this guy used to do nothing but racist rants. He used to stream on Twitch. Billy Bob ain't never been on Twitch, let me tell you. We got J Dog saying I love Gators. JT says free Palestine, but that's just silly because Palestine's being free. They basically just decided they wanted to attack innocent Israelis, take them hostage, rape them, kill them, and then they want to come to the political negotiation table. That's not how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. If the Palestinians had come to Billy Bob before they did that, Billy Bob would say, this is not the way to engender respect and accommodation from the people of the world. People are supporting Palestine now. They don't know anything about history or about the Jews. Very disappointing. Going to Gator Range. I'm Bob Smith. I am actually in Florida with my friend Monroe Mann. I come down every once in a while and do a live stream on here. Then I head back up to Louisiana. We got some more Trump supporters. We got some Trump haters as well. We got some people saying Harris 2024. Harris is going to try. I think Harris is going to fail. But here's the truth. We don't even know for sure if Harris is going to be the nominee. Democrat National Convention hasn't even started yet. That comes in August. We got a whole lot of things that could happen. A lot of crazy stuff, little shenanigans could be coming to the Democrat National Convention in August. We don't know. But Billy Bob's going to keep you informed. Billy Bob will keep you informed, let you know everything that happens, as it happens, when it happens. And let's see, Warrior needs to remove the message. Let's see, who are you? Hello, Casual. My name is Billy Bob. I'm from Louisiana, helping my friend Monroe Mann. Hope you'll click like. Hope you'll subscribe to Monroe Mann's channel. We're going to make this thing big. We're going to be big live streamers. We're going to stream in the morning. Going to stream at night. Going to stream in the afternoon. Maybe we'll do some of those strange Korean watch me eat live streams. And you watch Billy Bob eat some fresh gator meat. Could happen. Don't know. We're going to say. Trump 47, Linda Jeffries, big Trump supporter. We got Ace Shotty supporting Trump. We got Bob Smith supporting Jesus. Let's say we got Izzy recommending other people support my southern accent. I appreciate that. We got someone saying fight. What is this fake accent? Yeah, these people from Mississippi. We always pity them. Because we're from the deep bayou of Louisiana. And those people that haven't been to the deep bayou of Louisiana, they don't know what a real southern accent is. And let me tell you, you're hearing it right now, ladies and gentlemen. You guys don't know how privileged you are right now to be one of the 33 people in this live stream hearing our true, genuine, deep bayou Louisiana accent. That's right. Where am I from? I'm from Louisiana, Little Miss Christmas. And I guess Little Miss Christmas is from the North Pole. And I'm very happy to have a representative from the North Pole here on my live stream. We got someone from Texas here. Sketchy is so Billy Bob. Landrew forever is telling Billy Bob to shut up. Actually, you misspelled it. It says in the chat, shut you-o. What the heck is a shut you-o? Doesn't make much sense. We got some strange people who sometimes join these live chats. They don't speak very well. Certainly don't speak as well as Billy Bob. Can't even blame drugs. Absolutely not. This is 100% pure, natural Billy Bob awesomeness. Drug-free. The only drug that I have is called America. I just think about America and I get high. And I get excited. And I just feel life is good. Life is beautiful. Hallelujah. Let me hear a hallelujah for America. Let me hear it. God bless America. God bless. I got to say it. God bless Donald Trump because I think he's going to win. think Donald Trump is going to win this election. We got Katina saying, hey, please ban Andrew. Who the heck is Andrew? Oh, L Andrew forever. I might have to do that in a moment. We'll see. Pinocchio wished to be a man instead of a boy. Billy Bob about to start World War III. Billy Bob is one of the world's best hostage negotiators out there. And many world leaders come to Billy Bob to de-escalate the situations in the world. I'm telling you this. I want to just let you know. Remember when Donald Trump said, one day after I'm elected, he will stop the war in Israel. He'll stop the war in Ukraine. He'll de-escalate the China-Taiwan situation. You know, and people go, how's he going to do it? You're looking at the answer right here. Billy Bob is on standby. There's a special phone in Donald Trump's home that goes directly to Billy Bob. I'm not going to lie. I have a direct connection to Donald Trump, and he told me if I win, well, he said actually he's Donald Trump. He said, when I win, you be by that phone call, because I'm going to give you a call, and I'm going to put you on the phone with the world leaders. You're going to solve these problems for me in 24 hours. You watch. When it happens, I'm going to be gracious. I'll let Donald Trump take the credit, but you guys will know it's Billy Bob. Thank you, Katina. Very nice hat. We got Bob Smith sharing more about Revelations and Christianity. Got Jimmy Brown saying lots of flags. Lots of flags. Hey, Goku Black, you got to be careful about what messages you're deleting. Because I'm seeing you deleting good messages from that should stay here. Like this one from Sketchy that says, I ain't never seen Billy Bob in the hood. He false claiming. And that one we want there. But you can maybe delete the stuff that's talking about, you know, racist things and stuff like that. So anyway, Sketchy. Billy Bob in the hood are like this. Billy Bob been to Compton. Billy Bob been to South LA. Billy Bob been to, you know, South Bronx. Billy Bob been everywhere. Billy Bob takes things and makes things happen. We got Bob Smith selling more Thessalonians. And let's say Bob Smith is sharing some more stuff. I need more ventilation. Stop yelling. Do you think Kamala Harris will not win because she's a woman? We got a very interesting question here from XSH3LX. That's a very hard YouTube name. Billy Bob's a lot easier. Monroe Mann, very simple. Thank you for the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for subscribing to Monroe Mann's channel, where you'll get more Billy Bob, you'll get more Rocco Tribbiani, you'll get more Kino Surf, of course, Monroe Mann with his music and political insight. You get a lot of great. You subscribe to this channel, you get like 27 different people for the price of one. It's one of the most amazing, economical, and efficient YouTube channels around. Subscribe once, you're getting the benefits, just keep on coming. Do I think Kamala Harris will not win because she's a woman? No, I think she's not going to win because she's a communist. She's a socialist. She doesn't like Jewish people. She's anti-economy. She's pro-illegal immigrant. I could go on and on. I think Americans can see through this, and I think most of them are fed up with the policies from the last 4 years. Could Billy Bob be wrong? Could be. Could be. But I don't think so. I think Trump's going to win quite well. It's going to be a harder race now, potentially, with Kamala Harris. But I still think Trump is going to be, oh, excuse me, a little burp right there. That cookie started to come up. We got Tony, A.N., Trump or Biden. I've just said it's going to be Trump. And let's see. Republicans for Harris. Oh, that's a very interesting thing. Republicans for Harris. Does that even exist? I kind of find it hard to believe that there's a Republican for Harris. Because Harris represents everything that's antithetical to most Republicans. So I'd be very curious to know if there are actually Republicans who are going to vote for Harris. Let's see, we got... Hello, I'm new here. What do we do here? And just in case I'm a girl. What's up, Midnight Edits? If you're still here, What do we do here? We talk nicely in the live chat. We don't criticize Billy Bob's Louisiana Bayou accent. We compliment it. And we talk about politics, about life, about biology, about motivation, lots of different things here, but we do it with an open mind, and we don't criticize others for their beliefs, or at least not too harshly. You can have an opinion, but we don't want to make people feel unwelcome here on the live stream. Monroe Mann made it very clear, Billy Bob, I will give you some airtime on my channel, but you got to be nice, and you got to make sure that everyone else is nice. I said, okay, I can do that, 100%. Kamal Singh is in the house. Kamal Singh's a big Billy Bob fan. Good to have you here. Charles Westcott. Do I know what's going on with the boy the government chipped in the 90s in VA? I got no idea what the heck you're talking about. All right. Bob Smith. Yeah, he's just trolling. I think we're going to time out Bob Smith. Time out for 1 minute. So Bob Smith, you can share a little bit here and there about Jesus, but you can't write the whole Bible in my live chat. You know, America, Bible, Christianity all mixes together nicely, but we don't. Even Jesus said, you want to use salt. You got to make it taste good, and you're not making it taste good right there. You're making it taste a little sour, right? We want sweet and sour. That's what we want. We got Valab Pathak saying hello from India. Great to have you here. Young Castle TV, who discovered Louisiana, Billy? Let me tell you. Billy Bob's ancestors. They say it was the French. It wasn't the French. Billy Bob's long-lost relatives. Hey, Lucero Chavez is in the house. Good to see you again. Billy Bob remembers you. We got Sketchy here. Robert Martinez asks if I'm in Texas. I'm on Texas. Right now I'm in Florida. I'm with my friend Monroe Mann in Miami Beach. We got 7070 Icky saying Murky. No president 2024. And that'd be crazy if we got no president. America needs a president. America survives because of its president. Miss T says, amen, brother. Sketchy. Billy Bob stuck me up with a Glock, and that's not nice. Billy Bob does own a Glock, owns a number of pistols, variety of makes, manufacturers, models, calibers. But Billy Bob does not stick up anybody with his guns. Funsky 40 is going for Trump. We got Midnight Edits. I'm new here. By the way, Midnight Edits, you're not new here. Billy Bob has seen you here before, or at least somebody's got that name. What do you do on these lives? Well, Billy Bob is just one of the hosts. There's also Rocco Tribbiani, Jignesh from India. We got Timothy Hilford from England. We got Kino Surf from California and Hawaii. Who else? Got lots of characters here. Plus Monroe Mann, he's the producer of the whole thing. He sometimes comes on here and talks politics, motivation, inspiration, does fitness live streams, plays his guitar, sings. A lot of great stuff here if you like and subscribe to this channel. Love the accent. Toilet much by my Billy Bob trapping. Let's discuss different religions. It says Valab, I'm an atheist. Do you have any solid logic to believe in God? Oh, Valab is bringing on the atheist card here. Valab's bringing on the atheist card here. Now, Billy Bob, going to be honest, Billy Bob did not have all the answers when it comes to God and religion, but he does know that everybody has a sense of right and wrong. And that came from something, and Billy Bob thinks that's God. Now, atheists will say, well, no, that right and wrong just came through society. Billy Bob goes, no, little people. You guys aren't thinking very logically. If we came up with the idea of right and wrong in society, where did we come up with the idea of right and wrong? Because if there is no God, there is absolutely no concept of right and wrong. It does not exist. Billy Bob knows this. But we all know there's a sense of right and wrong. But we all know that stealing is wrong. Well, if we all feel like stealing is wrong, where did that come from? Atheists who say there's no God, they still get upset when you steal from them. If there's an atheist and you go up to that person and you hold a gun and say, give me all your money, and you take $500 cash from that person and steal that person's watch, that atheist is going to be very angry at you. Why? Because they're going to say, what you're doing is wrong. But if there's no God, there is no overall sense of morality, which means the person who's stealing from the atheist, why does the person who's stealing from the atheist have to respect the atheist's made up sense of society's morals? Doesn't have to. So that's why Billy Bob thinks the whole atheism thing is a bunch of baloney. Doesn't make any logical sense whatsoever. Billy Bob does have some confusion about life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. Why is a Billy Bob here? Why was Billy Bob endowed with such good looks and such a beautiful, sexy accent, while some others were not? I mean, these are really important questions. And don't know. Why was Billy Bob put on this planet here? It could be to inspire people on YouTube Live, but why? Who cares if we have to inspire people? Who cares about what we do in life? So there's a lot of existential things that Billy Bob is still working out. But we can work it out together by people like Valab and you guys asking questions of Billy Bob, and we will explain it all on the live stream. Let's say we got someone saying that I'm lying. Don't know what I'm lying about. This is not a church, Bob Smith. We got someone else impersonating Monroe Mann, saying Monroe Mann NY. Anyone who says make me mod, Monroe Mann, you're getting, yeah, that's not good. Bring them back in, Black Power. Mike, Jiggy People Power. Kamala Harris, embarrassing. Rosie, gotta agree with you. She is kind of embarrassing. Billy Bob's gonna do my impression of Kamala Harris. Did you like my impression of Kamala Harris? If you did, please click like and please subscribe. We got Hello Tiny Head. What's up, man? Bay 510. That's funny. Once somebody says I'm uncircumcised, and then Funsky 40 says Bay 510. Good for you, man. Congratulations. We got someone who's uncircumcised here on the Billy Bob live stream. Let me hear it for the uncircumcised man. Hallelujah, ladies and gentlemen. He's uncircumcised. Billy Bob is happy. Billy Bob's been waiting for this day when finally an uncircumcised man would show up on the live stream, and it has happened, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you for that. Pastorine is asking, you in Miami right now? Billy Bob is in Miami Beach right now. Gaming with Jacob is here. Hello it says Billy Bob. Can somebody please, by the way, put the time in the chat? Eastern time, New York time, so I can know how far behind I am on all these chat messages. Oh, I'm at the bottom now. Never mind. I reached the bottom of the messages, ladies and gentlemen. Hallelujah. Rayvan says, Billy Bob Thornton. Well, you know, Billy Bob Thornton is one of my distant cousins. Not as good looking as me, not as good actor as me. But I will admit, he did get Angelina Jolie, and Billy Bob has not yet gotten Angelina Jolie. Billy Bob has had his share of successes with the female variety all across the world. But he has not had that opportunity with Angelina Jolie. We've got Simon the Bunny saying Agent Gontars. Don't know what that means. Valab says morality was there without religion, bro. Now, I love it when people call you bro when they're trying to make you feel stupid. It's like morality was there without religion, bro. As if somehow that's going to elevate them and make me diminutive. But that does not diminish me in any way. Valab, morality is not man-made. 100% not man-made. Religion is different from being a God, having God. Religion did not create morality either, my friend Valab. Religion is man-made. God is eternal. Where did morality come from? From God. And then religions were created based on the morality that's been in our system. So we got Leslie Ray saying, I'm PST, so I'm 3 hours behind you. Leslie Ray, but you're 3 hours ahead of me in my heart. So don't you worry. I'm feeling it. Let's have a little pink swear right now. We'll be best friends forever, Leslie Ray. Pink swear, pink swear. We've got Valab saying, no, remove bro and then rate. Why are people here to talk mess? Nothing else to do? Yeah, you're right, Leslie. I don't understand it. Billy Bob is taking time out of his night. It's 2:15 a.m. here in Louisiana time on the East Coast here. And Billy Bob is spewing out wisdom. Billy Bob is spewing out wisdom, fantastic words, beautiful notion, even singing some songs for you guys. Here's another one. Country roads take me home to the land of love, Louisiana, Bayou Mama, take me home, Louisiana roads. That's my own rendition of a John Denver favorite. Raven Hart says, are you a part of the Mickey Mouse Club? Because you are goofy. Well, thank you very much. As my good friend Forrest Gump might say, goofy is as goofy does. Life is like a box of Mickey Mouse clubs. You never know how much goofy you're gonna get. Right? Right. We got Joshua Taylor says, mortality evolve. Lady Thor has got a little love for Donald Trump here in the chat. Joshua's asking me to stop drinking, sir. Someone asked, is this my actual accent? Of course this is my real accent, the real Gerald. Why would you not think that? Why would you think that I am impersonating somebody? My name is Billy Bob. I'm from Louisiana. And I'm doing some live streaming here with my America hat on. Duh. Duh. Joshua Taylor says, this is a character? Well, I'm not a character. My name is Billy Bob, and I am my own man. But sometimes when Monroe Mann comes on here, people say, hey, when is your character Billy Bob going to come on? And Monroe has to remind them, Billy Bob is not a character. Billy Bob is his own man. Leslie, you got your pinky out there. That's very good. We got a little pinky promise here. PST, EST buddies right here. We got a Trump supporter head, the real Gerald. Sonia Massey. Who the heck is Sonia Massey? Oh, that's right. That is that woman who was killed, apparently, by those 2 police officers. Yeah, I watched that video too, ladies and gentlemen, about Sonia Massey. And unfortunate situation. I'll give my quick analysis about that. On what I can argue, let me argue both sides. First, I'll argue the sides of the police officers. Then I'll argue the sides of Sonia Massey, the victim. So the police officers saw this person starting to boil water and was potentially going to use the boiling water to injure the police officers, allegedly. Now, boiling water could seriously disfigure somebody, and that's basically a very, very violent weapon if you got boiling water in close quarters. Just like a knife. A knife could also really hurt somebody, and so could a gun. So in that sense, the police officers potentially were justified in using a pistol to shoot the woman. That being said, on the other side of the situation, they were far enough away that they could have walked backwards instead of the police officer was walking forward. And the police officer could easily have walked backwards and pulled out the taser and shot the taser, said taser, 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 and shot the woman with the taser. I don't think you had to fire shots. The other thing I didn't like is when one of the police officers said, I'm going to go out and get my kit. I mean, my first aid kit. You heard the other police officer kind of laughing. Like, you don't need that because she's dead or something. That's not cool for police officers to be laughing about somebody whose lives they just took. So, my professional opinion about what's going to happen with that, I have a feeling that I don't think there's going to be any lawsuits against the police officer and the police departments that are going to win. Because I think if they felt justified, if that was boiling water, and they thought that the boiling water was going to get thrown up their faces, maybe they could argue that they were genuinely threatened. But I do think they're going to get criticized, rightly so, for laughing at the woman and for not using the taser potentially, when someone has a knife or boiling water, you don't approach, you don't get closer to that close quarters combat weapon. You try to bring a distance away from you. Billy Bob trains many special forces troops. Billy Bob trains police academy recruits. Billy Bob trains, when Billy Bob was in Iraq with Monroe, he trained the 4th Iraqi Army. And these are all the things that you train. When there's a weapon, you try to get a distance from the weapon. You don't get closer. So there's going to be an interesting analysis about that. And I'd like to know who the heck Monroe Mann NY is. Who is that person impersonating Monroe Mann? We got Trailer Park for Trump, Kamala 2024. Well, actually, I'll tell you this. Most of the people back at my trailer park, because as you know, I'm from Louisiana, the bayou. I've got a double wide trailer back in Louisiana. And I am in one of the finest bayou trailer parks in Louisiana. Most of the trailer park folks are for Trump. Because we represent America. America. As Obama said, we cling to our guns and our religion. But what Obama got wrong, he forgot it's guns, religion, and Gators. You can't cling to guns and religion without clinging to my Gators. The Gators are the third part of the triumvirate. You got the religion up here. You got the guns over here. And right here at the base, I guess you could say at the top here, down the bottom here, guns, religion, right at the top, Gators. Gators, it's kind of like a cherry on the top of an ice cream cone. It just makes it perfect. Perfect. But actually, what's better than a cherry on top of a gator? What's better than a cherry on top of an ice cream cone is a little bit of gator meat. Perfectly roasted, and then now we like medium, not medium rare, medium. Because gator meat's a little tough. You really need to cook it a little bit to get a little of that chewiness away. Then you put that fresh grilled gator meat right on top of an ice cream cone. Oh man, the girls come flocking to me and they go, is that a gator cone? And I go, yes it is, ladies. And they go, can I have a lick of your gator cone? And I said, ladies, you got to stand back. You got to get your own gator cone. Of course, they don't know how to get a gator cone. I mean, you probably don't even know how to get a gator cone. You probably never even heard of a gator cone until you came here on my live stream. By the way, we're at 31 likes. Let's get to 35 likes. I know there are at least 4 people here who have not clicked like. And by the way, Billy Bob was watching a video put out by YouTube today. Not on YouTube, a video by YouTube. And this video confirmed that if you want to get your video more suggested by YouTube to other random people, one of the secrets is to get more and more likes. The more likes, genuine likes, that your video has or your live stream, the more YouTube is going to recommend it to other people. That's why people keep coming into this live stream. because the more people who like, then YouTube goes, wow, there are people after 1 hour still liking this live stream. Let's bring in more people. Let's bring more love to Billy Bob. So I'm telling you, thank you very much. We got 2 more likes to go and we'll hit 35. Valop says morality evolved as human evolved. Valab, you are missing the point. Morality did not evolve. Morality is right versus wrong. And that is not something that we could just make up in our heads. It's something that we all know. We know that cheating on a girlfriend is wrong. And if you do it, you feel bad in your heart. You don't feel bad because society is telling you to feel bad. You're not telling bad because the law says that it's bad. You're feeling bad because you know it's wrong. That did not come from society or evolution. It came from God. 100%. The real Gerald says, if your name is Billy Bob, my name is Bartholomew James III. Okay, Bartholomew James III, because my name is Billy Bob. So therefore your name, I guess, is Bartholomew James III. That's logic. Billy Bob is a logical man. That is how that happens. Kamala says it's only one side. Don't know what side you're talking about. Valab says, why Americans don't make interracial marriage compulsory for 50 years to get of differences once and for all. You know, Billy Bob does have a theory. That Billy Bob thinks first of all, there is more interracial marriage in the United States than in any other country in the world. Just so you know, Valab. So I'm not sure what you're talking about. There's more interracial romantic relationships in the United States than anywhere else in the world. And the United States is the least racist nation in the whole world. How is the evidence to prove that? Africans choose America as the #1 country of choice. South Americans choose the United States as the #1 country of choice. Asians choose America as the #1 country of choice to immigrate to. America would not welcome all these people. These people would not want to come to America if this place was a racist, horrible place. So Billy Bob hates all that misinformation saying that America is racist. If America is really racist, I would hate to go to other countries because it's worse pretty much anywhere else. But Billy Bob does have a theory that maybe in 1,000 years, if the world's still here now, maybe Jesus is coming back next year. Maybe the second coming of Jesus comes on November 3rd before the election. Wouldn't that be nice? I wonder who Jesus would vote for. Is Jesus coming back on November 3rd to vote in the presidential election? Is Jesus allowed to vote in the U.S. presidential election? Would he be an honorary American? These are very important philosophical questions. But Billy Bob thinks in 1,000 years, because interracial marriages and relationships are becoming more and more common, maybe there's only one race in 1,000 years. There's no more black, there's no more white, no more Asian. By the way, those are the 3 races in the world: black, white, and Asian. Biologically, and Middle Eastern people, Latin American people, Turkish people, they're all fit into one of those 3 categories. Bet you didn't know that. Billy Bob likes to educate here in these live streams. We got Kamala saying the police had no right to be in her house. Now, Billy Bob doesn't know why she was in the house, why they were in the house. Billy Bob is not talking about that. Billy Bob only saw part of the video, and Billy Bob just heard about this today. But Billy Bob is just talking about that one situation with that woman and does agree that the police, I don't think the police handled it 100% as effective as they could. But if the woman did have boiling water and she was threatening to throw that water on the police officers, maybe there was justification to shoot. But the aftermath, I didn't like. I didn't like the laughing. And Billy Bob certainly didn't like that they didn't consider using a taser. Should have probably used a taser. Lena says exactly. They should have stepped back or de-escalated. All will be revealed in due time. Leslie says, I just figured out why I love you so much. aside from being from Louisiana, though my family's from Baton Rouge, but I see you are a psych grad. I'm a nurse practitioner with a specialization in PMHN and PI, BFFS. Does that mean best friends forever superstar, Leslie? You know, Monroe Mann just finished his biology 1 lab today because Monroe Mann is back in pre-med classes. So he's got that PhD in psychology, and now he's considering going to med school. You can even look down here. Monroe's got his MCAT self-study toolkit. So I want to say Billy Bob applauds you, Leslie, for being a nurse practitioner. Don't know what PMHN means. Billy Bob apparently doesn't know it all, but he can't explain it all. What's a BFFS? Leslie says America. Actually, Leslie, you wrote Mercia. You notice you wrote Mercia? You trying to like combine French with America? Is that what you're trying to do, Mercia? MLR 13 DST, long live the trailer park. You know, that's not a bad idea for a song. That's, you know, Billy Bob's going to try to sing a song for you guys. Billy Bob is going to write a song right now called Long Live the Trailer Park. Let's put this in right there. Babe, wait 1 second. Billy Bob's going to grab his guitar. Let's see if we can sing a song. Long live the trailer park. Long live the trailer park. Billy Bob's trying to come up with a word that rhymes with park. Trailer park, park. Lark, narc, a narc. Yeah, Billy Bob maybe could be a narc. I don't know. Maybe that's what we're talking about here. We're going to come back to that. Maybe you guys can come up with a word that rhymes with park. Help Billy Bob come up with a word that rhymes with park. At Gators, long live expensive mansions. People are people who genuinely love each other. That's right, Leslie. What's even better is some Gator skin boots. Gator skin boots. Billy Bob's got some pairs of those. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. A lick of a gator cone. Never knew it was thing. Oh, man. Lena. If you could just try a gator cone. I mean, I'm crying just thinking about how delicious it is. I can't find any gator cones here in Miami Beach. I can only make them in the bayou in Louisiana, and I want a gator cone right now. Jimmy Johns is asking me to oil up. Yeah, I only oil up when I'm doing gator wrestling. Because if you do gator wrestling and you're not oiled up, you're going to have some problems. Let's bring the love, Billy Bob. Amen. You talk too long on a subject. Thank you, Kamala, 2024. You cackle too long on a subject. Kamala, 2024, you laugh so hard and so long and at things that don't even need laughter. So if you work on your laughter, I'll work on my long-winded discussions on random subjects. We got some facts. We got Trump. When you know it's wrong, unfortunately nowadays right is wrong and wrong is right. But Elena, they know it's wrong. Think about these people, these people who are looting all around New York City and in all these San Francisco at the CVS's, they know what they're doing is wrong. They just don't care. They know. They know. And why does Billy Bob talk about himself in the third person? Billy Bob does not talk about himself in the third person. Why do people keep saying that? Billy Bob is just a great American who's trying to support his country. So I don't know why you keep talking about the third person. Billy Bob has not once talked in the third person. Not once. We got some BS. G-Fish says, I don't know what I'm talking about. Now there's someone here named Jesus Christ says, I'd vote for Harris, but I definitely wouldn't want to be an American. And Jesus knows what I did. Well, I would hope that Jesus would know that each one of us did. Because Jesus is God and Jesus knows. Jesus loves Billy Bob. We got Jeff here saying that I look like a Republican. Billy Bob is an American first and foremost. He doesn't like to identify with any particular political party, but he's probably going to be voting for Donald Trump because Donald Trump supports America. 100%. The taser with water, though, you go with the MCAR, psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. Very nice. Lena's still writing Mercia. Hide from the narc, bark. Yeah, it's got some. Oh, that's a good one. Maybe narc could be it. What's up, Marisol Beltrol? Hey, yeah, let's try that. We'll try that right there. We'll try hide from the narcs. Long live the trailer park. That's where everybody goes when they gotta hide from the narcs. You got gators and a whole lot of love, but we don't got many baseball gloves. We love to live in the bayou. And if you come, I will say I love you. I want to propose to you and marry you in the swamp. And after we get married, we'll go into the trailer and have a romantic romp. Because long live the trailer park. We gotta hide from the narcs, yeah, long live the trailer park. I'm gonna work on this song, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have inspired me. Billy Bob's gonna come up with a great song called Long Live the Trailer Park. Long live the trailer park. That's where you go when you gotta hide from the narcs. Jared says you want to see my fight. Billy Bob is using some of Monroe's Birkenstockies here, right there. Got a Birkenstockie and another Birkenstockie. Billy Bob's got two Birkenstockies on right now. Here's a hint. They're not real Birkenstockies. Billy Bob got them at Target. Target. Only $25. But they're comfy as can be. We got Leslie Ray Dark. Oh, Dark. That's right. Long live the trailer park. The party's always going on and it's never dark. That's pretty good. Very nice. The fam in Baton Rouge did what? Raised gators. Look at that. Leslie Ray, we got a lot in common. I'm feeling a lot of love for you right now. Billy Bob is feeling a very strong connection with you, Leslie. But I think, long live the trailer park, where the party's always going on and it's never dark. I like that. Where every single person's got a gator of her own. And none of us have a smartphone. Oh, these lyrics are getting good. Billy Bob got to write that down. Billy Bob, I'm going to write down that lyric right here. I'd say here, Billy Bob, long live the trailer park. Bear with me 1 second. Billy Bob's writing this down. Long live the trailer park, where the party's always on and it's never dark. Party's always on and it's never dark. Where every girl's got a gator of her own. Where every girl's got... Sorry about this, guys. This is real important. I got to write this down. Well, every girl's got a gator of her own. And none of the guys own a smartphone. And none of the guys even own a cell phone. Own a smartphone. Guys, this could be a really big hit, I think, one day. So, and Billy Bob, maybe Billy Bob's going to make a music video about Long Live the Trailer Park. Well, that's going to be funny, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be very funny. You guys are going to love it. Let me check. Billy Bob's got to check his battery power. 1 second. Billy Bob's got 52%. He can keep on streaming till the Gators come home. That is right. Hey, Joseph D says, look like meth is a hell of a drug. Billy Bob's only high on America. America is the only drug that Billy Bob needs. You guys should try it. If you need to pick me up, I urge you to try one dose of America. You try one dose of America, you're going to be high for the whole month. You will be high like a cat. We got Jared's asking, how many guns do I own? Billy Bob has one of the finest and largest collections of firearms in American history. Billy Bob's got Revolutionary War firearms. Billy Bob's got Civil War firearms, Vietnam War firearms, World War II. Billy Bob's got World War I. Billy Bob's got War on Terror. Billy Bob's got absolutely everything. Billy Bob even has the largest water gun collection in America. I mean, remember how many cars Jay Leno had? Billy Bob's gun collection dwarfs his car collection. Jay Leno says to me, Monroe, excuse me, Freudian slip right there. Jay Leno comes up to Billy Bob and says, Billy Bob, do you think I'll ever have a car collection as amazing as your gun collection? And I just shake my hand and go, Jay, you are a funny man. You're a funny man. And he goes, ha ha, that's right. Because Jay knows he ain't going to ever have a collection like mine. Never. We got Goku Black going to sleep. See you later in the afternoon. Thank you for having me. Thank you for your moderating activities. Jared says crazy ass lyrics, award winning. Arc, bark, chalk. Oh, maybe we can even do chark and bark. Oh, bark. Because we can talk about dogs, where the Gators bark. Bark. Yeah. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a great song here. Leslie Ray, guess where I'm from now? Kamala's home. Love it. No smartphones was the best thing humanity never had. Let me tell you this. I was watching Family Feud the other day with my mama. My mama just loves Family Feud. She loves watching the feud, let me tell you. And she loves Steve Harvey. And we were looking at it, we were watching together. And suddenly somebody's there from a small town in West Virginia. And you're never going to guess what Steve Harvey does. Steve Harvey goes up to that guy and goes, guess what? I'm from that same town. That's where I was born. Billy Bob didn't believe it. Billy Bob had to go on the internet and say, where was Steve Harvey born? And guess what? Steve Harvey was born in West Virginia. Louisiana's, close cousin. Very close cousin. Meaning same family close cousin, if you get my drift. That's pretty amazing. Steve Harvey's from West Virginia. Lena's heading out. Thanks for the laughs, Billy Bob. God bless America. Lena, always a pleasure to have you here. By the way, thank you for the likes, everybody. I'm sure we can get a few more likes. We're at 35. Can we get to 38? 3 more likes? Is that asking too much? Let's go. Come on. We can do this. Let's get a few more likes. Going once, going twice. We got 35 likes, 35 likes. Let's say we can get 36. 36. Anybody here can double tap the screen and give us 36 likes? It would mean a lot to Billy Bob. We got 35. We got 35. Billy Bob feels like he's talking to nobody. Nobody's clicking like. We're 35 likes, cannot get to 36. Please don't make Billy Bob cry. Please don't make Billy Bob beg. So we got Leslie Ray saying KH, no bueno. Kamala Harris, do you believe that? Keep it up. Later, Leslie. We got 36 likes, ladies and gentlemen. I think we can get 37. Let's get one more, 37. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. God bless the Gators. 37, let's get to 38. 38 likes. I think we can do it. Emerson West says, I vote for you. Thank you very much, Emerson. I love the name Emerson. Every Emerson that Billy Bob has met in his life has been a top-notch individual. So Emerson, you got to be a pretty top-notch individual too. That's a great movie star name. Imagine that. Billy Bob, Emerson West, bulletproof. I think you and I can be movie star partners, my friend. We got Jared saying that you'd vote for me. Thank you very much. Leslie Ray's saying, too funny. Yes, sir, he was. I don't know what you're talking about, Leslie. You said, yes, sir, he was. He was what? Chlamydia Harris. That's very funny, Mr. Two Juice. Very funny, kind sir. And Leslie Ray, what are you saying YouTube won't let you sub? Now, that makes no sense here. That makes no sense. How can YouTube not let you sub? Leslie Ray says, Steve, Steve what? Steve Martin? I'm trying to think of any other Steve. Billy Bob doesn't know what Leslie Ray's talking about. Grand Marquis saying MAGA. Make America great again. America. I hope Donald Trump can make America great again. Jerry says, Emerson, I think he wants you to hit. Don't know. Eris subscribing to the channel. Leslie Ray. Oh, that is just crazy. That is just crazy. Well, I'm hoping that you're able to figure that out because, Leslie, I need you to subscribe. I need more subscribers for Monroe Mann. Monroe Mann is not going to gain subscribers without Billy Bob. Monroe Mann likes to talk too, but he doesn't get the love like Billy Bob does. Billy Bob gets love on another higher plane. Well, Valab is back. Valab and I have been having a very philosophical question about religion, morality, and atheism. Valab says Buddhism is the only scientific religion. Well, I'm going to stop you right there. Buddhism is not a religion. If you read most text on Buddhism, you'll discover that it's just a philosophy. It is not a religion at all because it has nothing to do with God. So therefore, it ain't a religion. He says, if Buddhism is not religion, who are the monks in monastery? They're monks in a monastery, but they are not pursuing a religion. Buddhism ain't a religion. Billy Bob knows that, and anybody who knows their salt knows that. So don't you be doing that. Get this Buddha out of here, says Chair. Yeah, Buddhism ain't a religion, ladies and gentlemen. If you talk to real Buddhists and you ask them, is Buddhism a religion? It ain't. Billy Bob and Monroe used to live in China. Many people in China are Buddhist. But if you ask them, are you religious? They'll say, no, I'm not. I'm Buddhist. Meaning it is not a religion. Because in order to have a religion, you need to believe in God. The whole purpose of religion is that there is a God. Buddhism does not say that there's a God. That's why Monroe often talks about the fact that Buddhism and Christianity are not mutually exclusive. You can be a Christian and also be a Buddhist at the same time. Leslie says, I got a bigger collection than you. Leslie, now Jay Leno I know doesn't, but you probably do. I know you. You're from Louisiana. And Billy Bob knows most of the women in Louisiana have a much bigger collection than the men. Billy Bob, I don't even want to talk about that. You see some of the women's collection of guns in Louisiana? It blows out Billy Bob's collection way out of the water. Valop says, do you have any scientific proof of Jesus conquering death? I don't know why that has to do with why we're changing things, talking from Buddhism to Jesus. No, I don't have any scientific proof of Jesus conquering death. But atheists don't have any scientific proof that Jesus is not God either. That's why Billy Bob finds atheists so funny. They think they're so smart. The atheists think that they are so smart, but atheism is a religion, quote unquote, as well. And atheists believe more blindly than Christians believe in their religion. Christians have more proof of Christianity than atheists have proof that there is no God. Just a fact, ladies and gentlemen. Just a fact. Billy Bob likes to always talk about how, fine, the Big Bang happened. We had a Big Bang happen billions of years ago. Science shows that the universe is always expanding. So the universe started very small, just like this. But it started here. What was this small thing here? Science says matter can be neither created nor destroyed. But atheists like to ignore that part. They like to cherry pick the science that helps to support their theory of atheism. But if matter can be neither created nor destroyed, that means something had to have created the Big Bang. Because the universe started from nothing, something tiny like this, and then expanded, and it's still expanding today. And then we ask an atheist, well, what started the Big Bang? And they go, well, science hasn't figured it out yet. Let me give you atheists the answer. It's called God. God is what created something out of nothing. That's just very simple for Billy Bob. Until an atheist can explain to me how the Big Bang actually happened, then they have absolutely zero proof that atheism is accurate. And Billy Bob talks with Monroe all the time about these biology stuff. They call it a theory of evolution. But gravity is called the law of gravity. Why is it called the law of gravity? Because there is not any scientist who disputes it. And there is no evidence disputing that gravity exists. But what is it called? The theory of evolution. But Billy Bob and Monroe were going through this biology class, and the teacher and the textbook, they talk about the theory of evolution as if it is 100% fact. But if it were 100% fact, it would be called the law of evolution, not the theory of evolution. It is not proven. There is no absolute proof that humans evolved from other creatures. The Darwinists like to think that they have it all figured out. But if you look at it from a legal perspective, if you put Darwinism on trial as a lawyer, this is actually a great book called Darwinism on Trial, if you're interested. There is no absolute evidence beyond a reasonable doubt that Darwinism is the way humans became who they are. There is no evidence that we came out of the ocean. My biology teacher got upset with me and Monroe and was going, "You are 100% wrong, Billy Bob. You're 100% wrong, Monroe Mann." But if I were 100% wrong, then it would be called the law of evolution, ladies and gentlemen. It is not the law of evolution. It's the theory of evolution, which means the theory of creation should also be taught in biology textbooks, because they don't know. Scientists do not know where we came from or how we got here. But this theory of evolution helps to make atheists feel more comfortable being uncomfortable not knowing how the heck we got here and why we're here. People who believe in God have a better sense of self because they have this belief that God created them. But atheists, they got absolutely nothing. And atheists are searching for some meaning in life in something that is absolutely meaningless. Because if there is no God, there is no meaning in any one of our lives, because there is nothing but chemicals running through our bodies. Mindless, meaningless chemicals created by evolution. That doesn't make any sense to Billy Bob, and it doesn't make sense to most Christians. We were created by God, and God bless America. See, all roads come back to America, ladies and gentlemen. All roads come back to America. Thank you for liking. Be sure to subscribe to Billy Bob's live streams here on the Monroe Mann channel. Click the bell so you get notified when Billy Bob is back on top. Let's keep reading here these messages. Grand Marquis says, Christianity is the largest religion in China. You're right, because Buddhism is not a religion. So this is where people get confused. People think, no, more Chinese people are Buddhist. But Buddhism is an atheistic philosophy. It's a secular philosophy. So I agree that Christianity, after Buddhism, that philosophy, I would say Christianity is the second largest philosophy of life in China. So it's all a matter of words and terminology. Leslie says scientists have proven the existence of God. Leslie, if you have scientific proof of the existence of God, I'd like you to let me know. Now, personally, Billy Bob, when he reads the biology books, and when Billy Bob reads physics books, and he sees the beauty of the universe, he finds it very highly improbable that this could just be a fluke. And it's pretty clear that there is intelligent design in everything that we've done here on this planet. We've got Jer saying, get your orange robe, bald head looking out here. Jer, be nice to the other people here on the live chat. If someone here wants to be Buddhist and be an atheist, they can. Billy Bob's not trying to convince anybody. Billy Bob's just sharing his perspective. And any of you guys are free to believe as you believe. Now, Billy Bob believes he's right, but Billy Bob also is smart enough to realize that Billy Bob could be wrong. Billy Bob will never say, you're 100% wrong, unless it's something very clear, like the law of gravity. If someone on here tells me that gravity does not exist, Billy Bob is going to say, well, honestly, Billy Bob would say 99.99%. I'm telling you, gravity does exist. Why? Because even laws over time in science have been overturned. It used to be accepted as a law in science that the world was flat. And then Galileo and Copernicus came around and started saying, I think the globe, this earth is round. And Galileo got killed because of that. He had to kill himself because he said that he thought the world was not flat. But that was the scientific consensus at the time. This is why anybody who says, trust the science, you got to follow the science, I would run away from those people, ladies and gentlemen, because science is not God. That's what they're saying. We say trust in God. Trust in God if you're a Christian or if you're a Muslim or you're a Jew. Trust in God. The atheists say trust in science. Follow the science, ladies and gentlemen. But let me tell you, science is not God. Science gets overturned all the time. Just like case law and laws, at least in the United States. Unjust laws get rewritten. Unjust laws get decisions in courts get overturned. Why? Because it's a law, it was made by humans, right? Science was also made by whom? Humans. Now the law, the world in which we apply science was created by God. But the way we as humans analyze the world is man-made. And it's called science and means it can be wrong. Humans make mistakes all the time. We thought the world was flat at one point. Now we know it's round. Maybe in 1,000 years we'll find out that it's not even round. Maybe we'll discover something else. Maybe we'll discover time travel is possible. Maybe we'll discover how to get rid of cancer 100%. Maybe we'll discover that the theory of evolution is wrong and the theory of creation is wrong. That's being a real scientist. It's being humble. And I find it's amazing. I find these people, these scientists everywhere, who are they are 100% certain that they are right. But that is absolutely the exact opposite of what a scientist is. A scientist is always trying to prove that his or her theory is wrong. I remember C.S. Lewis. I don't know if you know that author. He wrote Chronicles of Narnia, Mere Christianity. The story of how he wrote Mere Christianity, very interesting. He was an atheist. And he started doing these he started doing this research to prove every religion wrong, because he was so certain that atheism was correct. And he ended up proving Judaism wrong, Islam wrong, Buddhism wrong, Zoroastrianism wrong, all of them. When he got to Christianity, he got stumped and he couldn't prove it wrong. I applaud C.S. Lewis for how he approached his analysis of various religions and our existential understanding of the world. He approached it as a scientist. I wish more scientists would take their theories and try to prove them wrong. So if a scientist believes in the theory of evolution, that scientist should have to write a paper proving that the theory of evolution is wrong. Maybe that person, that analysis will make that person feel even stronger that evolution is how we evolved or how we are who we are. But in so doing, at least that person would be able to discuss better with some background. I just don't like scientists that just study their theory and they look for evidence to prove their theory, and then they ridicule anyone who thinks differently. So you can apply this to your life too, ladies and gentlemen. Just do not be so sure of yourself. For example, this is why I don't say Donald Trump is good. I laugh at these pundits on these political shows. Donald Trump is going to have the biggest landslide in the history of America. Or Kamala Harris is going to kick butt and win in this election. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. I could say right now, Donald Trump's going to have the biggest landslide. And then when it happens, go, look at that. I was right. Billy Bob was right. No, Billy Bob just guessed correctly. The truth is, Donald Trump could win. Yes. Kamala Harris could win. Just think about the first election with Trump versus Clinton. Everybody was so certain Clinton was going to win and that Trump was going to lose. And what happened? Trump won, Clinton lost. Never be a good scientist and question everything you believe. Be skeptical of everything. 100%. If you're more skeptical, you'll probably have an easier time in life because it's going to force you to use your brain and to think. When you hear a story on CNN, question it. When you hear a story on Fox News, question that too. Do not just believe what you are told. Let me keep reading these comments here. We got atheism is the largest religion in China. That's true, probably, Funsky 40. Jer says, genuine question, how was God created? Now, that's a very excellent question, Jer. And that's a question, of course, I don't have the answer to. But let's just assume. Let's assume God does exist and God is what created us. Let me ask you this. Let me think about this. Let me try to explain it in a way that maybe gives some understanding. I'm a human being, and I live maybe 80 to 100 years in a healthy life. Now, I have this limited lifespan of 100 years. But let's say, now what can I do? I can build, here, I got these nunchucks here. These nunchucks. These are made of wood. And these nunchucks came from a tree, right? And let's just say I was able to plant the tree when I was 20 years old, and it grew up in 20 years, 40 years old, and I cut it down. So that tree had a lifespan of 20 years. So what's to say? So what if God is something like that? Meaning I'm the human, 100-year lifespan, and it created the tree that then created the nunchucks. What if there's something higher than human that lives for 20 trillion years, and that's what created humans? I don't know if that makes some sense. So maybe God doesn't live forever, but then you think, well, who created that thing? I don't know. Maybe it just keeps going on into infinity. And then there's something that's 20 gigamillion, trillion years old. But I guess also, let's just say there is one final, the first mover. Aristotle, the great Greek philosopher, talked about something called the first mover. Let's say God created the earth, or let's say I created the tree created the nunchucks, and I did. I created the tree, and then God created me, humans. What created God? Maybe that's the essence of God. We just don't know. We thought back in, whenever Galileo was around and Copernicus, that the earth revolved around, that the sun revolved around the earth. But guess what? The earth revolves around the sun. We just don't have it. We don't understand a lot. And think about this. If any of you have existential thoughts about why am I here? What's my purpose in life? Why did God make me here? Why did God make me less attractive than somebody else? Why did God make me more attractive? Why is this person such a great athlete and why am I not a great athlete? We don't know. And not only don't we know, Aristotle didn't know, Socrates didn't know, the Roman emperors didn't know. I mean, Copernicus didn't know. Nobody. We've been asking these questions forever. You're not the first person to have these questions about who are we and why are we here. Humans have been asking this question for hundreds of thousands of years. I think humans have been here, what, like 40,000 years, I think? I'm not sure. I think humans have been here about 40,000 or not that long. Humans have not been on this planet for very, very long. It's crazy. The universe is billions of years old, and the earth is millions of years old, or however long, hundreds of millions of years old. And humans have only been here for like 40,000, 50,000 years? That's really weird. But I'm trying to remind you, it's okay that you don't understand. And it's comforting for Billy Bob to talk about this with you because Billy Bob doesn't understand it all either. But you shouldn't feel alone or feel weird or feel odd that you don't understand what the heck this thing called life is. Not only does Billy Bob doesn't get it, but none of the other people on this live stream get it. Socrates didn't get it. Aristotle didn't get it. Marcus Aurelius didn't get it. Marcus Aurelius wrote this amazing book right here called Meditations. Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. He was around here from 121 AD to 180 AD, about 100 years after Jesus Christ. And he wrote a whole book on trying to understand life. So my answer to you, Grand Marquis, or Jer, is how was God created? I don't know. I'm not God. My friend Sam from India, he kind of said something, goes, but I don't know. I maybe asked him something like that and said, but Sam, I don't understand. I don't understand. He said, Monroe, you don't understand because you're not God. If you understood all this stuff, then you would be God. But you're not God, so you don't understand. So therefore, I mean, being a Christian doesn't mean you understand everything. Being a Jew doesn't mean you understand everything. Being a Muslim doesn't mean you understand anything. Being a Buddhist doesn't mean you understand anything. Being an atheist, I think you know even less than any of the people who are trying to pursue a religion. Because no atheist has proven that there is no God. When an atheist can prove to me there is no God, they can criticize people who believe in God. Until then, they cannot do that. By the way, we're one like away from 39, and I just gave you a very great, very thoughtful intellectual discourse on God and why we're here. I think it deserves at least 40 likes. Don't we deserve 40 likes? Thank you very much. We're at 40, maybe even 41, 42. Grand Marquis says God was not created, God is eternal. And that is basically the essence of what God is. And we can't understand that because we're humans. Just think about this. Dogs and cats, imagine how they think of us. They have no idea what the heck we are. They don't understand how they got on this planet. They don't understand why they ended up, little Dancer, Monroe Mann's little doggy. So cute and adorable, but that dog doesn't understand how it got here. That dog doesn't understand where he's going. That dog does not understand what the heck I am. But when Dancer says Billy Bob, Dancer's very, very happy. And Dancer is jumping around and is full of joy. But Dancer does not understand me, and I am essentially God to that doggy. So to the same thing, how the heck, if that dog cannot understand what we are, and think about what a little bird is. Whenever Dancer is running outside, Dancer loves to try to chase birds. That bird has no idea what that little dog is, but just knows that's a big little doggy coming after me, and I need to fly away. So maybe that bird thinks the dog is God. That dog thinks I am its God. And we look up to God as God. Just as that bird has no idea why this dog is chasing it, and just as Dancer has no idea why I give it food, we don't understand who God is, why God was created, and why we were created either. And again, I don't give you the answers, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just trying to help you understand with some analogies. I know God exists. Billy Bob knows. Because otherwise, there's absolutely no purpose for anything in life. And that's a pretty depressing thought, to think that every one of us is meaningless, worthless, and has no value except for we evolved through some stupid chemical reactions and turned into humans. I mean, that's pretty depressing, ladies and gentlemen. So Billy Bob chooses to believe in God because it makes a heck of a lot more sense. And Billy Bob does not believe the world just created and the universe was just created. Stephen Hawking may have been a smart guy, but he was very stupid in some ways because he didn't believe in God. Dallas says, if God created the Big Bang, then who created God? Again, don't have the answers, Valab, but you don't have the answer. You can't prove to me that God does not exist either. So I wish atheists would just be more respectful. I respect that you don't believe in God, Valab. But you should respect that Billy Bob does believe in God. We both have very good arguments for why we believe what we believe. I cannot 100% prove that there is a God. You cannot 100% prove that there is no God. And people who believe in God, I think, are a lot more open-minded than those who do not believe in God. Atheists, I don't know, if you've talked to any atheists, they are very militant. And you try to tell them that they're wrong, and they get angry and pissed off at you, and they call you names. Now, Valab, you're being very nice. I respect you for the fact that you're at least able to talk with me and the other people in the chat with respect. But a lot of atheists get very angry when you try to tell them the truth, which is, you cannot prove to me that there is no God. But until an atheist proves to Billy Bob that there is no God, God is on the table, ladies and gentlemen. Hallelujah, God is on the table. Let me tell you this, God and Gators are always on the table. Always on the table. Nuns Fight with Water, good to see you again, is asking, does the cap transmit extra knowledge to the forehead? It absolutely does. I mean, a lot of people in the live stream have been asking, where can I get an America cap like this? Ladies and gentlemen, you can't. This is a very specially designed cap. I will tell you this, it's an extraterrestrial cap. Billy Bob was abducted by aliens once, but not in a negative way. Billy Bob has a strong intergalactic connection with various species and various planets. Just letting you know, this is extraterrestrial technology. It's pretty impressive. America is also extraterrestrial technology. How else could such a beautiful nation have been born, if not for extraterrestrials? Mad Curtin says atheism is not a religion. You're right, it's not a religion, just like Buddhism is not a religion, Mad Curtin. But they believe so strongly in it that it's become a religion. It's the same thing with Darwinism. The people that believe that Darwinism is 100% true, even though it's called a theory of evolution, they are so militant that they are right, that it has become a religion. Because if you start talking about the theory of creation to Darwinists, they get very, very angry. Very angry. And Grand Marquis says there was no Big Bang. That's pretty, you may be right, because I told you, but it's pretty much proven that there was a Big Bang and that the world is the universe is always expanding. Grand Marquis, if you can give any evidence that there was no Big Bang, Billy Bob's happy to hear it. But all the research Billy Bob has done shows that there was a Big Bang. And otherwise, why would the universe continually be expanding? Think about that. Think about that. We got a message held for review. Grand Marquis says, atheism is just Islam without Allah. I guess you could say that, or atheism is Christianity without Jesus. Something, I don't know. I think no matter what you believe in, we should prioritize having fun on this earth because time is too short. Well, Jared, that could make sense. But if you prioritize having fun, that means you're at the expense of other people. If Billy Bob 100% prioritizes fun, he's not going to have money to pay his bills. He's going to avoid spending quality time with family and friends. He's going to treat others selfishly. So we cannot focus 100% on fun. Everything in moderation. So Mad Curtin says, whether you like it or not, Islam is a threat to humanity. Billy Bob, to some extent, agrees. Because you don't see people trying to start wars and convert people with guns in the name of Christianity. Now, it did happen during the Crusades. I'll give you that. But right now in the modern world, most terrorists are Muslim. That is true. And Joe Biden and the FBI are crazy saying that white supremacy is the biggest terrorist threat in America. That's a bunch of baloney. There ain't nothing wrong with Billy Bob. There ain't nothing wrong with this Billy Bob and his beautifully white alabaster skin. Absolutely, there is no white supremacy terrorist groups trying to blow up things. But we have to admit there are Muslim terrorist groups trying to blow up things. Look at these crazy Palestinian protesters in Washington, D.C. They're either Muslim or Muslim supporters. And I'm not saying Billy Bob is not anti-Muslim or anti-Islam. But there is a problem in that Muslim religion that encourages this jihad mentality of you got to convert as many people to Islam as possible. And if not, those people are infidels. I mean, that's not cool. I will say that that's not a cool thing about the Islam religion. Christianity and Judaism are more about love. Love your neighbor as you would. Love your neighbor as you would yourself. Treat others with respect. Thou shalt not kill. But Islam, and I don't like how Islam treats women. They say how Islam is this wonderful religion. But in a lot of Muslim countries, women can't drive. Women can't start a business. Women can't go outside dressed how they like. Now, I will say, on the flip side, here in Miami Beach, these women need to put on some clothes. There should be some local ordinances here saying, you cannot be wearing that here, because it's damn frightening to Billy Bob when he sees what some of these women are wearing, or shall I say not wearing. It's not actually the clothes. Billy Bob sees some of these jibbly jolly bodies jumping around. Oh, it's a little crazy. So, I mean, the West does not have all the answers either. The West has got its share of problems. But I will say, the Muslim religion and the Muslim world does need to do a better job of policing their own. And they got to stop blowing people up. I mean, throughout Africa, there's a lot of Muslim influence there. And in the Saleh region, I don't know if you know where that is. It's in the northern Africa area, right below the Sahara, called the Sahel. And there are a lot of Muslim-influenced groups there, and they are actively trying to recruit suicide bombers. And that's just absolutely bonkers. Just like the kamikazes during World War II. That was crazy of those Japanese. And Billy Bob's not going to be afraid to say it. If you're going to go kill yourself to blow people up, you're absolutely crazy. absolutely crazy. We don't do that in the bio, let me tell you. Let's look at more of these beautiful comments from these beautiful people here in the live chat. Life is the meaning, no afterlife to look forward to. America's a secular state. Now that's interesting, Rodriguez. If there's no afterlife to look forward to, there is no meaning to life. I am so sorry to inform you that. But if there is no afterlife and there is no God, there is no meaning to life. You cannot say life is the meaning. The reason we have this yearning for meaning is because God gave it to us. Why do we have dreams in life? To go after a career or to become something or to improve our lives. It's the God-given sense of ambition and accomplishment that we have within us that's given to us by God. God instills within each of us the desire to improve one another. It's not just to make more money. It's because we want to be like God. I honestly think, why do we have ambition? Because we were made in the image of God. God is the ultimate. We are made in the image of God, so of course we want to improve ourselves. Why do we want to improve ourselves? Because we are trying, we're reaching out, trying to reclaim some of that godliness that we once had. 100%. I do not understand how anyone who is an atheist can find meaning in their life. Because if you're an atheist, with all due respect, I'm not criticizing you, your life is meaningless. Because there's no right or wrong. There is no right or wrong. Think about that. If you don't believe in God, your right and wrong is just arbitrary. You're just making that stuff up. You're making up your own morality out of thin air. Out of thin air. If you're an atheist, you can't get mad at other people. Because why do they have to believe and abide by your made-up morality? No atheist is able to combat me on this. They come back with this idea that morality is made from society. It is not made from society. Society just codified what God has already given us. Sareem says, but what we religious ones doing? Nobody wants to do anything against evil. All waiting for Jesus to come, Christians, Jews. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Sareem. We're all waiting on some prophecy. I think we should rise up and do more good. But I also think part of the reason why it doesn't happen is humans are a fallen people. We were made in the image of God, but God gave us free will. The devil has its reign on us, and we're able to do wrong. We're able to make decisions against God. And again, Billy Bob does not know everything. Billy Bob can explain a lot of things, but he cannot tell you 100%. Billy Bob is not God. Billy Bob feels like a god sometimes when he's on YouTube Live and he's got 42 people watching him and 42 likes. Hallelujah, I feel blessed by the Holy Spirit. But Billy Bob doesn't know. But Billy Bob, looking at this logically, from a legal perspective, from a scientific perspective, from a logical perspective, it just makes far more sense that there is a God than there is not. Funsky says, Jera, I agree with you there. I love having fun, especially with the ladies. Robert Andres, the world is flat. Ask anybody, any hillbilly. Well, Robert, I am a hillbilly. I am a hillbilly. And guess what? Hillbillies live on hills, my friend. Why do you think they're called a hillbilly? And if there are hills, then the world ain't flat because we got hills. Bada bing, bada boom, shabam, shaboom. Trump is God. The Bible is truth, says Jessica Hebert. Robert Andres. Mike Trubbs, all things are possible. I agree. Valeb, following up with another theoretical possibility. Buddha was Indian. He opposed the existing Hindu philosophy, which believes in God. Buddha even rejects soul. How could a Jew, Christian, Muslim, or Hindu can apprehend to Buddha? Because Buddhism, I said, is a philosophy. You can be a Buddhism and be atheist. You can also be a Buddhism and be a Christian. What's the main tenet of Buddhism? All of life is struggle. Well, Christianity believes the same thing. Life is very difficult. Life is fallen. What does Buddhism say the solution to the Dharma? Dharma is the Buddhist word for struggle. The solution, according to Buddhism, is to stop being attached to so many things. Stop being attached to everything. Stop being so attached to, I need a new car. I need to have a fancier house. Look at Billy Bob. Billy Bob lives in a very small one-bedroom apartment in Miami Beach. It's nothing fancy. Billy Bob does not have a view of the ocean. Billy Bob doesn't drive a Lamborghini. Doesn't have attachment. Billy Bob doesn't have attachment to keeping up with the Joneses. Now, Billy Bob is not the greatest Buddhist by any means. Billy Bob has his problems with attachment. And we talked about this the other day. It's called attachment theory. If you look up, it's by Bowlby. Bowlby was a psychologist that studied attachment theory. The less attached that you can be to things and people and money and ambition, the happier you are. Well, guess what? Jesus says you cannot store your treasures on earth because they're going to disappear. You should store your treasures in heaven. That's exactly the same thing that Buddhism says. Stop being attached to things here on earth. Stop being attached to the past. Stop being attached to the future. So Buddhism 100% is compatible with other religions. Robert says the earth is pear-shaped. I tell you this, some of the women here at Miami Beach, they are pear-shaped. Let me tell you. We've got a message held for review. So even Hindu today hates Buddha because he was atheist. Maybe so, maybe so. I don't even know about Hindus. Hindus believe in reincarnation. Hindus are talking about karma. Hindus maybe believe that Billy Bob used to be a horse. Or maybe next time Billy Bob is going to be a falcon. You never know. You never know. Billy Bob wants to soar like an eagle, like an American eagle. Billy Bob in his past life was an American eagle. I can tell you that for a fact. Valop says read Christopher Hitchens. He's the GOAT. I have read Christopher Hitchens, and Billy Bob doesn't buy his arguments. Billy Bob did not buy his arguments. Billy Bob needs to write his own treatise on the theory of evolution versus theory of creation. Jer says, worded that poorly, but basically forcing people in a lot of thinking that's not natural. Goju, earth is as round as my 8th grade science teacher. So Goju's got a big round science teacher. I tell you this, we got some round women here in Miami Beach too. Not criticizing them. I'm just saying, pear-shaped, round-shaped. Some of them should wear a little bit bigger bikini. That's what Billy Bob's saying. And lay a little bit less spandex. A little bit more baggier clothing. Might be a little bit more appropriate. Valab says, can we have a friendly debate, discussion live on God? It's very fun to talk with you guys. Valab, maybe I could do that. I can ask Monroe Mann if he wants to do a live stream talking about God. I think that would be a very interesting topic. We could even make that the official topic. So I'll do that one of these days in the future. You got it, lady or gentleman. I don't know what your sex is. Hans Pryor says, when you die, you gone, no God. Well, here's the thing, Hans. You don't know that. I do not know 100% that there's a God. You do not know 100% that there is no God. I respect agnostics much more than I do atheists. Because agnostics at least acknowledge that there's a possibility, that they don't know it. There's some humility there. Now, I believe in God, but I will not say 100% Billy Bob knows there's a God. Billy Bob does not know 100% if there's a God. Billy Bob believes there is. Just like Billy Bob believes his Gators are still there waiting for him back home in Louisiana. But Billy Bob does not know 100% that his Gators are still in Louisiana. So Billy Bob also does not know 100% there is a God, but Billy Bob believes. Billy Bob believes, hallelujah. We got, vain human reasoning. JFK says, I voted for Trump when he was a Democrat. Yep. Hey, that's the thing. People change. People change. People do research. The truth is, the Democrat Party is what changed. I don't think Donald Trump really changed. Donald Trump was always a capitalist-loving, border-loving American. But 20 years ago, the Democrats were also capitalist-loving and border-loving. Now the Democrats hate capitalism and they hate the border. Democrats used to be pro-Second Amendment. Now Democrats are anti-Second Amendment. Democrats today have gone crazy left. Republicans have basically stayed exactly where they are. Just like Elon Musk used to be more of a Democrat. I'm reading his biography right now. I'll show you that. It's a good book. I was at the pool with Monroe today, but I'm reading this book, Elon Musk. But this thing was written in like 2016 or so. So it's like 10 years old. And it was talking about how he was very friendly with Obama. He was friendly with Hillary Clinton, blah, blah, blah. He changed. People say that he changed a lot. I don't think he did. He's always been a free market capitalist pursuing industry and improvements on American life. He moved here from South Africa. He recognizes the amazing thing that is this American political experiment. Donald Trump and Elon Musk did not really change their political views that much. The left just lurched very, very far. By the way, we're at 42 likes. Billy Bob wants to get to 45. Dude, we got 3 more people here, generous people who can donate a little double tap of the screen to give us some more likes. Thank you very much. We got Google here. Magnet says they're investigating Trump. Valip says this is just psychological stuff. You're born into Christianity. I'm born in Hindu. That's why people believe in the concept of God. Yes and no. Yes and no. Some people are born Christian and they become atheist. Some people are atheists, they become Christian. Some people are Christian and they switch to being Muslim. Muhammad Ali, he used to be Cassius Clay. I believe he was born Christian. He switched, became Muslim, Muhammad Ali. Many Hindus have become Jewish. Many Hindus have become atheists. I mean, it goes around and around. It is not just based on your political upbringing. Magnet says, Trump has my vote. Trump has my vote too. That's right. Thank you, New Solo. I like your thumbs up and your American flag. We got Jer saying, is Trump stayed Democrat, he would have been the most loved man in the history of America. It's funny, Jer, you say this. I saw something recently that showed here are the accomplishments of one president. Here are the accomplishments of another president. Which one of these presidents was Trump and which one of the presidents was Obama? And they brought this to a lot of Americans randomly and said, put the president above the accomplishments. And all of the amazing positive accomplishments, people assigned to Obama. But guess what? I'm talking about Democrats. All of the positive accomplishments were things that Trump did during his 4 years in office. And you're right. The only reason that people started hating Donald Trump is because he became a Republican. And he started dismantling the Democrats' power structure. Democrats thrive on power. I do not believe Democrats truly love America. I do not believe Democrats truly care about helping blacks. I do not believe Democrats care about helping any Americans. They care about keeping power. I read an article in the New York Post just yesterday. 4 blacks were interviewed from New York who are all Democrats and they all just registered Republican and they're voting for Trump. And they all talked about how the fact that for many decades, the Democrats have convinced blacks that the Democrats are the ones who are doing everything to help them. But they're starting to wake up and realize that Democrats keep them powerless so that the Democrats can stay in power. The Democrats want you if you're black, to stay on welfare, or even if you're white or Hispanic or Indian, you stay on welfare so that you continue to vote Democrat, so the Democrats keep this welfare program in place. Donald Trump says, I want you to get off of welfare. I want you to become successful and start your own business so we can shut down this welfare state. Donald Trump believes in you. Democrats believe in themselves. And to some people, this may be very unpopular, but you look at history. Look at every Democrat-run city. Blacks are not successful in Democrat-run cities. Blacks and crime is terrible in Democrat-run cities. You look at Republican-run cities. Miami is run by a Republican. There's no crime here. It is wonderful. Miami Beach, generally Republican. Very safe city to be in. What I'm trying to think of other places. Look at most of the cities in Texas run by Republicans, doing really well. Cities in Texas that are not run by Republicans, I think Austin is run by Democrats, not doing well. Very, very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very interesting. Republican states usually have much lower debt. Democrat states, higher taxes, higher debt, higher government expenditures. If you do the simple math, if you just do some analysis, guys can figure this out for yourselves. I'm not trying to be political here. Billy Bob is just trying to spew the facts here. And New Solo 777, Jesus created this universe not long ago. We're not the same. Biggs take a dive, flapping your gums. JFK, I have no idea what the heck you're talking about. JFK is here in the chat and is just reading very strange stuff. And God has always existed. He exists in all time. Yeah, we've been having a chat about discussion about God. We're talking about politics. We're having a big, great stuff here we're chatting about here in this live stream. So much so that I got to plug in. Got to plug in, make sure we don't lose battery power. Because one thing we may not be sure if God exists or not. But we do know if the battery runs out on this phone, live stream comes to a halt. Jessica says you're here for your purpose. FHL asks an interesting question. Why don't the Jewish people believe in Jesus, except the Messianic Jews? Well, the Messianic Jews are basically Christians. I don't know. They just don't admit it. I don't know why the Jews don't believe that Jesus is the foretold Messiah, because Jesus basically foretold everything that's prophesied in the book of Isaiah. So I don't know. Billy Bob doesn't know. Funny Ace is back in town again saying, love the streams, keep it up. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Vala Pathak, you got atheists wrong. Atheists don't say there's no God. Atheists say we don't know, but religion. No. Valap, atheists 100% say there is no God. Agnostics say we don't know if there is a God or is not a God. So just to make that clear. And you said atheists don't have a concrete statement. Yes, Valab. Atheists 100% believe no God. Agnostics mean I do not believe there is a God or is not a God. I don't know. I'm reserving judgment. Look up the word agnostic, Valab, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, and thanks, Jer. You just corrected him as well. Grace says, bro, it's 3 a.m. Actually, Grace, it's 3:45. I'm just going long like crazy because I got lots of people watching me. And Billy Bob is trying his best to help Monroe Mann get to 3,000 watch hours. He's already at 2,200. With this live stream, he's probably going to get another 200 hours of watch time. It's going to be fantastic. Going to propel Monroe Mann to get monetized that much more quickly. God says he didn't choose him. He chose us. Atheist says we know there's a God. Agnostic says we don't know there's a God. Very good, Jair. Liam Jones is in the house. Liam Jones will stop believing in God if someone can tell him the existence of nothing. That's very philosophical, Liam. Very philosophical. Billy Bob is telling you that having this hat on, it's getting a little hot in here. Billy Bob's forehead is sweating just a little bit. Jared said the most true statement of all tonight. None of us will know if there is a God until we die. But Tuesday, Jared, Billy Bob looks forward to seeing you in the afterlife. Let's have a all-you-can-eat Gator buffet. Oh, man, an all-you-can-eat Gator buffet, that is one. Now, that is a godly creation. Now, that would be a miracle. That would be a miracle on earth if I could find an all-you-can-eat Gator buffet. That would be absolutely delicious. AG Tactical says that's fair. Funny Ace says love the streams. Keep it up. Hey, we got to 45 likes. I think we can get to 50 likes. I think there are a couple of new people here who have not clicked like. What's up, Kamal Singh? We got Paul C saying good morning from England, UK. Paul C, it's great to have you here. I'm welcoming you from Miami Beach, Florida, also Louisiana, because I'm also representing America. I guess England would have the equivalent would be Glen. You just leave off the A and just say Glen. Long live Trump, the world needs you. Thank you, Paul C. Valad Pathak, forgot about atheists first. Let Jews, Christian, Muslim, then come to us atheists. There's two types of Buddhism, says Jer. We're going to learn something here. So apparently Jer is going to instruct on us on the two types of Buddhism. Let's read that and see if he knows what he's talking about. There's the traditional version and the religion. If you ask if traditional Buddhists, if they're religious, they'll say no because it's about enlightenment. But here's the thing. All Buddhists do not believe in God. If you're 100% Buddhist. If you don't believe in God, it's kind of hard to become a religion. It might be a philosophical thought. It may be a way of approaching life, but I don't think it's a religion. Thanks for the like. We're at 46 likes. Thank you, Karzan. I like your name, Karzan. Thank you for liking my hat. Sagittarius Goddess is in the house. We got a drunk Christian in here, Bay 510 Bay. Jesus does forgive sins. But Bay, you got to stop trying to be an alcoholic. God is not going to forgive your sins over and over again if you don't make an effort to try to turn from your evil ways. You should know this, my friend. You should know this. Let's get up to 50 likes. We're at 46 right now. Jared says, I would say meaningless life is best because I can make my own rules as long as I'm following the laws. So, Joy, you're right. You say the meaningless life is best, but here's the problem. If you're an atheist, but you turn out and you live your life like an atheist, and it turns out that there is a God, and you die, and you have to go before God, and God says, Jer, you did not live very well. You lived only for yourself. That could be a problem. So that's one reason, a good reason to believe in God, just in case. Just in case. Be like Jesus, you're right. I am city, feed the homeless. Good God, that's right. We got to feed the homeless. Go to the Salvation Army and help the needy. That's a very good idea. I could do that. I could build wealth. Don't know who Billy Bob is, says Jer, but I'm sure he helps the community a lot, at least more than most people. Now, Billy Bob is trying to help the community. Billy Bob's trying to inspire you guys to think. Billy Bob's not up to change your mind. Billy Bob's here to just inspire you to think a little bit differently. Think outside the box. Maybe you'll get introduced to a different way of approaching your life. Thank you to 47 likes. We're almost at 50 likes. Let's get 3 more likes for Billy Bob. We got Johnny Mayweather here. That's right. Hillbillies like I don't live here. I don't live in Miami, Florida. I'm visiting my friend Monroe Mann, who is here in Miami Beach, Florida. Right? Neither does Republicans. Good morning, Benny Blanco. Benny Blanco's in the house. Very good to have you here. Very good to have you here, Benny Blanco. What's up, Felipe? Good to have you too. Felipe's here. You good, Unc? That's right. I don't know if I'm your uncle. They say Bob's your uncle. Is that what you're saying? Billy Bob's your uncle? Is that what you're saying? Billy Bob's your uncle? I don't know if I know you, Philip. You got 48 likes. We need 2 more likes. We're at 50. We're at 50. JT is voting for Biden, is asking, am I retarded? Well, you can put anybody. You can do a write-in on your candidate, on your ballot for Biden if you like. Billy Bob thinks it's a wasted vote because Biden's not running anymore. Row Your Waters says safe. Let's see. What else we got? Cry About It says, I love Trump. Thank you for that. Fort Worth, Texas, going for Harris 2024. Hey, that's your prerogative, Betty Blanco. I think Trump's going to win the whole state of Texas. I think Trump's going to win the state of Florida. Trump may even win the state of New York. Wouldn't that be crazy if Trump won the state of New York? Okay, Jason Ryan says, I can't tell if you're 20 or 45. Well, what a great compliment, my friend. What a very good compliment. Very nice. Thank you for that. That is very nice. I think that deserves 50 likes. We're at 49. Let's get there. The big 50, ladies and gentlemen. Double click that screen here and give us to 50. Biden or Abraham Lincoln? Well, absolutely Abraham Lincoln. If you tell me Trump or Abraham Lincoln, I may still say Trump. Because I think Trump has gone through so much more than Abraham Lincoln did. Except that Trump survived the assassination attempt and Mr. Lincoln unfortunately did not. I saw something very funny the other day on the television. They're talking about how the Secret Service, the great Secret Service that does such a great job protecting presidents, is recommending that Donald Trump does not do any more outdoor rallies and does all rallies in a safe environment inside. And yet, how did Abraham Lincoln get killed? Inside a theater. So inside does not necessarily mean that it's safe. Vote for Robert Kennedy. A lot of people are going to be voting for Robert Kennedy. Want to be safe and stay positive. Don't believe in God. Well, I believe in God. God's very clear. God is in my heart. Let's just see what else we got. But how many messages are here? So many messages. White Fox Tail says, I think this is not on live. It is on live. Billy Bob's just got so many comments because he's got so many fans. He cannot keep up. He cannot keep up with everybody in that live chat. Went to a UFC event. I like USA. 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 All right. 你会说中文吗? Billy Bob 会说中文. Yeah, I'm extremely slow at reading the comments because Billy Bob likes to hear himself talk. Billy Bob, words come out of Billy Bob's mouth and they go through the sound, through the air, and they go into this thing here. It's called an ear. And, you know, if Billy Bob could not hear himself speak, maybe he would catch up on the comments more. But Billy Bob hears these beautiful words and he hears his beautiful accent and he just gets intoxicated. And he just keeps going. So I apologize to you guys. Trying to catch up. Heaven sounds like socialism. Very, very funny, 30. Heaven is better than socialism. Oh, I finally caught up on the live chat messages there. Fantastic. And that's good because I got to tell you, we got people on other planets do not use money. And Vala says, I don't believe in Jesus as God, but as a good teacher. So Valop, I'll leave with this. I was talking to my friend Federico about this earlier today. There's a thing called Lord, Liar, and Lunatic. Jesus Christ can only be one of those three. Jesus Christ, in the Bible, he proclaimed he's the Son of God. He also proclaimed that he can heal people. He can also forgive your sins. So, you're telling me that he's a good teacher. Well, if he's not God, but he's telling you that he's the Son of God, and he can heal your sins, heal you, and also forgive your sins, then if he's not God, he's either a liar, he's lying and telling you that he can heal your heal your wounds and forgive your sins when he can't, which means he's a bad person, or he's a lunatic. He's deluded and thinks that he's God when he's not. So if he's not God, he's either got to be a Lord, he's either got to be a liar or a lunatic. So therefore, anybody who says that Jesus is not God, but he's a good teacher, hasn't read the Bible and knows nothing about Jesus. Because Jesus claimed to be the Son of God, Jesus claimed to forgive your sins, and Jesus claimed to conduct miracles and to heal your wounds. Well, that's not a good teacher. If that person's not God, that person is a really horrible, horrible person who is not a good role model. So Billy Bob is just laying down the law right there. Oh, Bosh, Absalom asks a very good question. Why does God let the innocent suffer so much? Well, first of all, no one is innocent. Everybody is sinful. There's not one person who is perfect. Not one person who is perfect. The only perfect person, according to Christianity, was Jesus Christ, who lived a perfect life. So no one else did. But I will say, why do some children have leukemia and die 9 years old, 8 years old? My answer is kind of a Billy Joel song, which says, only the good die young, right? For me, my childhood was fantastic. Growing up in the bayou in Louisiana, playing with the Gators, didn't have to work, didn't have to worry about money, didn't have depression. If Billy Bob had died at the age 10, he would have died very happy and gone very quickly to go see Jesus and go see God. So maybe that's the reason, and that why we have children who die young. As for me, I've suffered my whole life. So is Monroe Mann. So is Rocco Tribbiani. But the more you suffer, the more patience you learn. The more lessons you learn. It took Monroe Mann 18 years to get his channel monetized. It's not monetized yet, but it looks like it's probably going to be monetized within a month, maybe 2 months, max. Because the watch time is finally accumulating. But he appreciates this success so much more because it took him 18 years to get here. If everything were easy in life, we wouldn't appreciate the good things. So, but anyway, oh yeah, Terry Brown answered, you can't have good things without bad things. Sin was created from Adam and Eve, happened in order for good things to happen. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Billy Bob has got to sleep. Almost 4 a.m. here, Louisiana time. Such a pleasure to have you here. I will be back. Monroe Mann will be back. Rocco will be back. Subscribe to this channel. You will get some amazing, amazing, amazing stuff on here. And Absalom says, I should tell children that are dying to be patient. Yeah, you should. Be patient. God loves you. We're doing everything we can to help you. Stay strong. And we can learn from everything. We learn from children who are suffering to be. I just posted on my channel, or Monroe posted on his channel in the community area, this video of this guy who lives in Indonesia who has this very severely disfigured face. But he's very happy. And he's still got a job. He's still doing what he needs to do. And him being on earth reminds Billy Bob that Billy Bob's life is not so difficult. It reminds Monroe Mann that Monroe Mann's life is not so difficult. So, yeah, that's my answer. Guys, I got to go again. Yeah, Sareem said, just say skeptical, keep questioning everything. I agree. I'm a Christian, and I still am skeptical of Christianity. I believe in Buddhism. I'm still skeptical of Buddhism. I believe science is a wonderful tool to understand the world, but I'm skeptical of science. Definitely, we're going to do more live streams on religion and God soon because I think it's such an important topic for us all to discuss. And I look forward to seeing you there. We'll talk politics. We'll have more comedy. more music. Thank you so much. Absalom says you don't seem skeptical. 100% skeptical of everything. I question Jesus as God. I question, is there a God? I question, if there's a God, why are there so many different religions? I question, how did the Big Bang happen? I'm always thinking skeptically, but I still have a belief. I ultimately always come back to there is a God, because it just seems to make more sense. But Absalom, I hope you'll subscribe to the channel. We'll talk about more of this now. I gotta go to bed. God is telling me I gotta go to bed, ladies and gentlemen. So I love you guys. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Billy Bob asks you to please like the live stream and please subscribe to the Monroe Mann YouTube channel and turn on the bell for all notifications so that you get notified when I am next going on live. Thank you guys. Love you. Bye.